Hey everybody, this is Meeples on the Ground. I'm Nick Traeger, and I'm here with the Tross champion, and he's won all the games. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit more information about everything from the Tross championship winner, and talk about Twice Alive Games, where they're making this possible. Here we go.
Well, my name is Phillip Havens. I won the championship. I really enjoyed the game. It's similar, as I said before, it's checkers, but you get penalized by taking pieces. So you really want to try to coax your opponent into slipping up and making a mistake without being too aggressive, right? So, as I was playing the first time, I learned that being aggressive works really well. You can do it very easily. But I wanted to try to win it the proper way at the second game, and it's very, very difficult to try to coax people into making mistakes or opening up their defenses for you to win. So the third game, was similar in the scenario where the guy was playing very aggressive, so I just returned the same strategy to him and just kind of took him into submission.
That's great. All right, this is all funded by Twice Alive Games. Let's hear about Twice Alive.
Yes, my name is Aaron Stimpson, and I'm with Twice Alive Games. We've got a whole crew. We've got 4 guys in our crew, and we wanted to create Tross as a simple game, but yet highly strategic. As you can see, over the course of 3 games, lots of strategy going all sorts of directions, and you have to try to counter every type of strategy. Obviously, he did a very well job. Got a high rank. I believe he got the highest rank I've ever seen in a tournament, which is Chieftain, which is level 8, which means he left 8 of his opponent's pieces on the board and still captured their throne. Very, very well done.
Hope you all enjoyed. Again, have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later. Hey everybody, this is Nick Traeger with Meeples on the Ground at TantrumCon 2020. I'm here with Sarah Traeger, the host for the South Carolina State Championships at TantrumCon, and we're going to get a little bit more insight of what the state championships are.
Hi everybody. I'm Sarah, and I'm hosting the South Carolina State Championships, just like Nick said. So this is one of the state championships that Double Exposure and Envoy host all over the country. We've been doing this for several years now, and in 2020 we have 9 different championship games. There's a bunch of different ones. They cover a bunch of different genres and mechanics and publishers and designers and that kind of thing. So we have 9 of them already. At TantrumCon we have fired 3 of the tournaments. We did Diamonds and Coup last night, and we've done Shobu this morning, and we're getting ready to do Wordsy in about 15 minutes. So we've got a bunch of different games. We give away a ton of cool prizes. If you make it to just the top table of the tournament, you walk away with a copy of the game. If you actually win, you get a trophy, which declares you the state champion of the game, and then we'll send you on to regionals, which is the next level of the championship events. The regionals for TantrumCon are going to be in CharCon, which is in Charleston, West Virginia, in July. So the state champions from this convention are going to go on to participate at the regionals there, and if they win at regionals, then we're going to send them on to nationals, which is held at Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana, every year. And if you are crowned a national U.S. champion of one of these games, there's a super awesome prize package. There's cool trophies and hundreds of dollars worth of prize support from each of the publishers that support the tournament slate that we have this year. Is there anything in particular you'd like to know about the tournaments?
That's about it. That sums it all up.
Okay, awesome. Well, if you're at TantrumCon, come by and see me. I'd love to teach you one of the games. Even if you don't want to participate in the championships, I'd still be happy to show you the game, teach you how to play if I have extra time to do that. Or if you participate in the championship, that'd be great too. I'd love to see you at one of my tables. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you for your time, Sarah. Again, the state championships at TantrumCon 2020. Come by and see Sarah if you're here, or if not, enjoy this content. All right, bye. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Nick Traeger with Meeples on the Ground, and today I'm here with Rosie, the 2020 State Championship champion of Shobu, and we're going to go ahead and talk to her for a little bit about the gameplay, and also she actually built her own Shobu set, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that real quick.
So me and my father, we decided to build a Shobu set at home because we didn't want to buy the actual game. And so we took wood, extra wood that we had at home, and we carved it into the boards. And then we took pandemic cubes and we used them for the pieces.
Awesome. So how did you do during the Shobu tournament?
I didn't think I was going to do that good because I was playing some of my friends earlier, and I didn't do very good. But he had to work, so he couldn't come to the tournament.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite game you played at TantrumCon so far?
I don't know.
You don't know yet? All right. Well, I guess we gotta play some more games. So, interesting games you played so far?
Well, I tried to play Foodies, but then my brother wouldn't play it with me.
Okay.
But I learned it.
Awesome. How are you enjoying TantrumCon so far?
I've had a lot of fun, and I remember last year, I played a ton of games, and there was a play it, and then if you win it, you get to keep it. I remember I played a lot of those games.
Awesome. Awesome. This is the TantrumCon 2020, and again, this is Rosie as the 2020 State Championship for Shobu. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Hey everybody, this is Meeples on the Ground, and what we have the 2020 South Carolina State Championship for Coup, and we're going to get a little quick interview to see what he did and how he enjoyed playing.
Coup is a fun game. It's simple, easy to take places, and it's small so you can take it wherever you go, and you can play whenever you want.
What was your favorite character to play in Coup?
Duke, because, well, if I had to pick two, because I have two top favorites, it's the Assassin and the Duke, because the Assassin is basically a coup with only 3 coins instead of 7, and then Duke, you just take 3 coins instead of just like 1 or 2.
Awesome. So you having a great time at TantrumCon so far?
Absolutely. I've played a lot of really, really good games.
What is your favorite game so far that you've been playing at TantrumCon?
Here at Tantrum, my favorite game so far is Sword Crafters.
Why Sword Crafters?
I like puzzle games, and I like the sword and how you build it. It just looks amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. And hey, again, congratulations. Hey everybody, this is Nick Traeger with Meeples on the Ground, and we're here with the South Carolina State Championship winner of New York Slice. We're going to go ahead and talk with him and see how the tournament went and how TantrumCon's going for him. So how's TantrumCon going for you so far?
Oh, it's been a blast. We've had a lot of fun here today.
Awesome. And how was the tournament?
It was very tense, surprisingly tense.
How much do you like New York Slice? When you saw, were you excited or?
This was actually the first time I played it, and it's a great game.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, and again, congratulations. Hey everybody, this is Meeples on the Ground, and I'm Nick Traeger, and today we are here with the State Championship of Wordsy at the South Carolina State Championship at TantrumCon. And we're going to go ahead and get a few words from our champion and see what the best word is and how he's doing at TantrumCon right now.
Well, it was an interesting game. I think it all summed up with one with backstabbing.
Awesome, that's great. How's your time at TantrumCon so far?
Oh, been great so far.
Is this your first year?
No, we came last year, so awesome. my son and daughter. So we're
nice. All right, thank you for your time.
So winner of our national.
So national.
He destroys people at whatever game, and he takes home these big trophies and these awesome prizes. So he does really well each year.
You didn't see me up at Columbus, though. I did not do as proud in Columbus.
Yeah, he was our TantrumCon representative, and we're still proud of him.
Nice, awesome.
Because I did so poorly, you're not having the Catan tournament this year.
Maybe. Well, thanks for coming again.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys for your time. Hey everybody, this is Nick Traeger with Meeples on the Ground, and we're going to look at a new game that's going to come to Floodgate. I'm not sure when, but we're going to go and talk to the designer. It's going to be awesome. Here we go. All right. Go ahead and let us know what's going on with your game right now.
Hello everybody, this is Julio Nazario. I'm the designer of Holy, the next game coming out from Floodgate Games. Holy is a 3D area control puzzle game where each player is trying to spread as much color as they can throughout the board. But as you can see, there's not just one board, there's 3 boards. The game is very simple. Each player is represented by a pawn, and this is all prototype components, and the game will be on Kickstarter earlier this year. Your pawn always replaces one of those pieces, and you can rotate it however you want, and you place your tokens. So that's how you spread color. Throughout the game, you're going to be ascending to higher levels because the point values are going to increase by each board. So this is 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. But here comes the kicker. With the 3D area control vertical component, it's not just visual, it looks cool, right? But if you place tokens on the board and they're not supported below, they will fall down. So for example, if we had a token here, that is supported so it stays, but this one falls, and this one stays. So you have to keep in mind the vertical aspect of the game to be able to keep those points up. And of course, there's the fun part of spreading the color around so you can hit other players with your color to gain points as well. So that's a quick overview of Holy Festival of Colors coming from Floodgate Games. Thank you.
Awesome. Again, thank you for your time. Again, this is Meeples on the Ground at TantrumCon 2020. Guys, be on the lookout. This is going to be looking really awesome. Hey everybody, this is Meeples on the Ground, and today we're going to talk about a game coming to Kickstarter soon called Jinja.
Hi, I'm Corey Goff with Times Infinity Games. I'm working with Andrew Burkett over at Atheris, and we're going to co-publish Jinja. So Jinja is a worker placement. It takes place in Japan during the Meiji Restoration. The Emperor has accumulated a group of the best architects to come back and do some restoration of these shrines in Japan. So, like I said, this is a worker placement. It has some light area control. The game's like a medium to medium light. So if you have anybody in your family or your friends that you want to teach and try to bring into the hobby to get them into something like a worker placement, it's a great introduction to the genre. So in Jinja, it plays 2 to 5. There's also a solo mode, which is great. You are basically recipe building. So you're going to be drafting a set of deeds, and you're going to go around the board placing your workers and gathering resources, and then you're going to turn in those resources so you can build these deeds. When you do so, you turn the structures into the bag, place your shrine on the particular location on the board. So for example, we have Chogoku, and in Chogoku we're going to drop the shrine there, and at the end of the round you're going to gain a bonus because you're built in Chogoku with these lantern tokens. These lantern tokens can also be flipped throughout the game for a better bonus. Not only that, you get additional bonus at the end of the round from your end of season bonus. Also in Jinja, we have kitsunes. Typically in the kitsune lore, they are tricksters, but because we're building shrines, they are going to do things that's going to help us. For example, we have Kitsune of the Spirit. Starting with the first player, that player may use the Omikuji activity. And what that is, the Omikujis are fortunes. At the beginning of the game, you're going to get these fortune cards. For example, control a shrine in Kensai. At the end of the game, if you control a shrine there, you'll gain 3 honor.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. This is going to look a great game. And when do you think this is going to hit Kickstarter again?
Well, so this is going to go to Kickstarter in a couple of months. Me and Andrew are still working out a couple of deals. This deal actually just happened over this week, and we were going to work together on this project. So as soon as we get those couple of details out, we'll be launching in a couple of months. But you can check our websites, Times Affinity Games for updates. Facebook page, there's a Jinja Facebook page, so you can shoot over there and send us a like.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. Again, this is Jinja. It looks very cool. And again, be looking for that on Kickstarter. All right. Bye. Hey everybody, this is Meeples on the Ground, and I'm Nick Traeger, and today we're over here with Keymaster Games with a brand new game they unveiled at TantrumCon 2020. We're going to go ahead and get a little bit more on that right now.
Hi, everybody. So this is Parks Memories. Parks Memories is a memory game, a twist on the classic memory concentration game, where we are celebrating the 59 Parks Illustration Series, the 62 national parks, with the artwork that you're familiar with, you might be familiar with in parks, but on these tiles, these beautiful little tiles that are super tactile experience. So this is a really easy to pick up game, but a real brain burner. In it, you are trying to find matches of illustrations. The illustrations like Rory Kurtz's Rocky Mountain National Park here, for example, on this grid of 3x3 tiles. You're flipping over tiles and looking for matches of resources, which result in you getting player abilities you can flip over to activate. But once you've flipped over these two tiles, you must take one. So unlike classic memory, you aren't flipping over and checking for a match of illustrations and then pulling both of them off the board. You're taking the tiles one at a time and refreshing the board, and then locking down part of the board so that you're manipulating how the board exists for players on future turns, and giving players a chance to really go after parks or mitigate the parks that you are trying to collect or visit while they're trying to get their 3 matches. It plays in about 20 minutes, 20 plus, like 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the player count, and it's a 2+ player game. There's tons of ways that you can play this, and it comes in 3 sets. So the 3 sets celebrate the different regions. We actually have images of them right here, the different regions of the US, and they also have unique player abilities on them. So all of the player abilities are different from set to set, but combining the sets allows you to potentially make a bigger grid if you want to, or draft different player abilities. The replay value and variations on gameplay are really high. We're excited for people to try it out.
All right, so that is Parks Memory, and again, TantrumCon 2020. Thank you, Keymaster Games, for showing it off. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye. All right, everybody, we're here at Meeples on the Ground at TantrumCon 2020 and looking at the board game, the Wild Fill-in-the-Blank board game, but this is Chunky Monkey, and we're going to go ahead and get a quick discussion about this. So what exactly is Chunky Monkey Business?
Chunky Monkey Business is it's a party game. You can play however many people can fit around a table. You take turns being the riddle reader, and the riddle reader is going to read the beginning and ending of a phrase, and everyone is trying to figure out what the common word that fits in the middle that ties the beginning and the end. For example, like here we got dude blank dressing. The answer is ranch. So if I was a reader, I would read ranch sanitizer, and everyone then is trying to figure out what that common word is. If you think you knew the answer, you grab the monkey and you give the answer, and the answer is hand, ranch hand sanitizer. And if you're correct, you win that card. And to win the entire game, you need to collect one of 3 card backs. Chunky Monkey Business.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time. This looks like a very interesting game. Again, this is Chunky Monkey and Chunky Monkey Business, and this is TantrumCon 2020. Hey everybody, we're at Meeples on the Ground here, and we are now looking at Chicken Diner. We're going to go ahead and talk to the man behind the scenes on this game.
Hey there, Chad Elkins, 25th Century Games. We are releasing, kind of debuting, kind of before it goes out to stores, we are debuting Winner Winner Chicken Dinner here at TantrumCon. This is a game that was on Kickstarter last year. It plays from 2 to 4 players, pretty much around ages 8 and up. It's a very light game. It takes about 15 to 20 or so minutes to play. So from a gameplay perspective, it's a pressure luck dice roller. So think Yahtzee, King of Tokyo has a little bit of that dice rolling mechanic, so that will feel familiar. But the game itself, very, very lighthearted. It is a little bit of take that, but it's a very jokingly take that game. You are all foxes. And as a fox, you'll each have your own fox character with some very, very beautiful fox art from Shauna Tenney. Your fox character has its own special ability that will be active throughout the entire game. And what you're trying to do is steal chickens from the chicken coop, put them into your little burlap sack, and then try to cook them into chicken dinner. That's the entire object of the game. So along the way, people are going to also be stealing your chickens from you. They're going to make you lose chickens back to the coop. But there's also Toby the farm dog is going to be keeping watch throughout the game as well. So Toby will be a potential in-game trigger for the game. If Toby reaches the end, that will end the game, or when all the chickens are out of the game. So what you're going to do, you're going to take and roll your dice. You're going to end up deciding which ones to keep and which ones to re-roll. You have 2 re-rolls. If you roll a Toby, the farm dog, he will lock and can't be re-rolled. So then I could choose to take these 2 and re-roll them. And then I could choose to grab, let's re-roll that, and I'll grab this and re-roll and kind of see what happens. Once you're done, you will resolve the dice in any order you choose, but you have to resolve them together in blocks. So chickens just simply let you take that number of chickens from the coop and then place them inside your bag. So this will be 3 chickens that would go inside my bag. The dinners, there are 2 different dinner options. You've got a single chicken leg and a double chicken leg. If you need a pair of them to cook your chicken into dinner. So if I had 2 singles, that will let me cook 1 chicken from my bag, so I'll take it out of my bag, flip it over to the dinner side, and keep it on my character. What's great about that, and that's kind of the real goal, because this will give you at the end of the game 2 victory points. This will only give you 1, but once it's cooked into dinner, it cannot be taken from you, so it's locked in. But if it's in your bag, it's totally fluid. And how that happens is you have the fox die. So that will let you buy the fox action cards. A lot of these are going to be playability cards. The first one, second one, and third one will cost you 1, 2, or 3 foxes. And then once one's purchased, they will slide down and get cheaper from there at the end of your turn. But this is where all the kind of interactivity between players, things like a chicken dance party. There's also a cluck-off competition. There's ways to kind of re-roll your dog die. There are ways to steal chickens from players. So a very, very interactive game, very, very light. And that is the game. And I also probably should notice there is a rubber chicken in the game. It actually serves no purpose. So it is just in the game. You can do whatever you want to with it. People will make house rules with it just to kind of have some fun. But that's Winner Winner Chicken Dinner.
All right, thanks so much. Thanks so much for showing us this game. Again, 25th Century Games and Chicken Dinner. All right, see you guys later. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Meeples on the Ground, and today at TantrumCon 2020, we're talking with a company that does a second chance on Kickstarters that you might have missed out. So you have this company. What's the goal of it?
Well, I started the company about 7 years ago, back in 2013, I discovered Kickstarter. I've been a lifelong gamer since I was like 10 years old. And I discovered Kickstarter, and I realized I had missed some campaigns, and I thought, well, let me go see if I can track those down on eBay or whatever. And I was shocked at how expensive some of the games were going for on eBay, and I thought, well, there's got to be a better way to do that. So this started off as a hobby where I would buy a few extra copies of a game and then sell them at what I thought was a more reasonable price, and it just really took off. And so now in 2020, we've got 4 employees, we got a warehouse in Roanoke, Virginia. We are just growing by leaps and bounds, and the joy that I get is how many people write to us and say thank you so much for giving us the chance to buy a Kickstarter version of a game, because otherwise if we have to go, it's going to cost us so much more in other places like on eBay or places like that. So people just find us, they love what we do, we love playing games, we love hanging out with gamers, and it's just been a really successful business model.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, and hope you guys have great success.
Thank you very much.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Meeples on the Ground, and I'm over here at TantrumCon 2020 interviewing exhibitors and looking at this game called Ruins of Mars, and we have a gentleman here that's going to explain it to us.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I run Atheris Entertainment. We did a Kickstarter recently for Ruins of Mars. It's designed by Don Riddle. Don Riddle has a lot of excellent games, so you'll definitely have to be on the lookout for some of those coming up shortly. But this is going to be his first big one. So essentially in the game, it's action selection. You're going to take an action, and you're basically trying to learn about the Martians. They are long deceased, but there's this metropolis, and you want to learn about their different languages and discover their technologies. So while you're doing that, you are playing as a character, so you will have a character ability that you're able to use, and you're going to be able to fill out your technology board. Your technology board is going to be filled with 9 technologies. At the end of the game, basically what you're going to do is you're going to score points based on filling your technology board and getting slots on the language track. The game ends when someone gets, there's 3 capstone spaces occupied on the language tracks, or when someone fills out their technology board. You're going to need to advance up these tracks and learn the languages in order to discover higher level technologies. At the end of your turn, all the tiles on the site you went to are going to mancala around the board. So the actions vary every turn, so nothing's ever going to be the same. All the actions are going to be different based on the tiles below them. So that's the main element of the game. Ruins of Mars is an excellent 60 to 90 minute game for 1 to 4 players. If you're interested, definitely check it out. We went to Kickstarter and it was very successful, so thank you.
Awesome. Thanks again. Again, this is Ruins of Mars. All right. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye. Hey everybody, what's going on? We're over here at TantrumCon 2020. This is Meeples on the Ground. I'm Nick Traeger, and we're here talking with Elf Creek Games about some of their games they have here. And without further ado, here we go.
Thanks, Nick. So the first game that we're going to talk about is Atlantis Rising. Atlantis Rising is a cooperative, simultaneous worker placement game for 1 to 7 players, where you are playing as counselors of Atlantis, and you are trying to save the population before the gods completely destroy the island. So there's one way to win the game. The way to win the game is by building the Cosmic Gate board. Whenever you build the Cosmic Gate, which consists of 9 components in the power core, if you finish it before the island floods, you win the game. If the island floods before you finish that, you lose the game. So like I always say, there's one way to win, one way to lose, and there's thousands of different ways to get to that point. So at the beginning of every round, you're going to be placing your workers on the board here. After you place your workers, you're going to then draw misfortune cards. Whenever you draw misfortune cards, it will tell you what sections of the island that you're going to flood. So we drew a mountains card and a libraries card, and we would flood the furthest out tiles in those arms of the island. After the misfortunes are done, that's when you're going to be rolling and taking actions. So you'll roll dice. Both of those dice would represent one of those workers. And then you would go ahead and gain the resource if you're successful. If not, better luck next round. So, and then at the end of every round, you go through the Wrath of the Gods track, which the team will decide what islands to flood or what tiles to flood instead of drawing a misfortune card. So it's a little more deterministic for that. Atlantis Rising will be in stores on Wednesday, February 5th. MSRP for this is $65. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. We also have a lot of videos online explaining gameplay, a little more in depth than that quick run through. So yeah, this game was on Kickstarter in November of 2018, and we are very excited with the reception it's already gotten. So yeah, we're really happy to see how it's going.
All right, thanks again. This is Elf Creek Games, and that was Atlantis Rising. All right, y'all have a good one. We'll talk to you later.